Yes, so let's take a listen first and we can talk about it afterward.
So for this
We're
week,
back now taking a look at some of the questions that you at home are asking Dr. Darian. And here's one. How much vitamin D do I really need and when should I use a supplement? That's from Kara H.
Great question. Many commonly people ask about vitamin D. It's associated with many other factors in our life, reducing the risk of chronic disease, helping with longevity. For the most part, the vitamin D can be found in the foods that we eat. You want to look for fortified foods, for example, especially for kids. And then for adults, you can choose a supplement. The minimum recommendation for most adults under the age of 70 is around 600 international units. Over the age of 70, you need a little bit more vitamin D, around 800 international units. And remember, taking more doesn't mean more benefits. So you want to follow the guidelines, especially on those over-the-counter medications.
Can you also just go outside?
You can also go outside, and remembering that sunblock does not prevent vitamin D absorption, so protect your skin, and you can also go outside. That helps you replenish some of that important vitamin D.
Yeah, outside is free. Your prescription for wellness.
It's about bloating. We were talking about it early on in the week, and it inspired my prescription today.
Oh, great.
So what certain things, just for information, I was the one that was bloated. What things can we do to reduce our risk of bloating? The number one thing you can do, and this is what our parents have all taught us, chew your food slowly. When you chew your foods fast, or when you're talking while you're eating, you're inhaling air in the wrong spaces. That can increase your risk of bloating. Also, carbonated beverages, as you probably can imagine, would increase your risk. Lactose, but also look for ingredients like sorbitol, mannitol, or maltitol. That increases your risk of bloating. That can be found in sugar-free products. And then taking a walk. This is something that is new for me in the past year or two. Taking a walk immediately after meals helps to reduce bloating. Also, if you do it immediately after for at least 30 minutes, that is associated with weight loss. So taking that walk, so important, so helpful, and you can get that bloating out before you get back to your house.
Sorry, there were so many cues in there about things I'm not going to say out loud.
Take a walk. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. As soon as you're done eating. As soon as you're done eating.
You sure you don't want to see it? All right, Doc, thank you.
Of course.
And folks, taking a look at some of the questions that you at home are asking.
So it's funny that Dr. Darian mentioned about taking a walk. Last week we were talking about the nature and taking a walk, and now it's taking a walk again. And you know, I have the first-hand experience about bloating. And I believe taking a walk after any meals would be tremendously helpful. Don't you think?
Necru, absolutely. And when Dr. Darian mentioned about the bloating and the walk, I reflect back to when I was single. I enjoy walking, even before the meal. And I feel so light. I feel so healthy. But after having children, things gets busy. Like he said, you know, you chew faster, you swallow faster, and you don't have the opportunity to walk as much. And I began to feel the bloating. And
Oh,
I never understand why until right now, Negru. So now I understand the cause of my bloating is because I eat too fast, I chew too fast, I swallow too fast, and I don't have as much walk or physical
time
activity
to
as I
walk.
used to. Yeah, so now I have to make every effort to go back to my walk. And he's right. And even like in this week, starting last week, I have been doing some more physical moving before and after the meal, especially after dropping the children off at school. And before I start my work at 9, I just start doing some physical moving and my bloating feel better. So it's all about moving your body. And
So it's definitely true about
it's definitely true about the
every
bloating
times
and the walking.
after any meals you should start walking a little bit. And I know some experts said that you don't have to walk for a long time, but just 10 minutes intensively, then you will see the result right away. And about the vitamin D, I also have firsthand experience as well. At one time, I went to have my physical checkup, and my doctor checked everything, and she said, "Your vitamin D is so sufficient. What did you do?" And I said, "Well, every summer I would be outside gardening." And my skin turned very dark, especially on my arm and my legs. And so I have to block the sun by wearing the hat. And fortunately, I don't have any skin cancer or anything because I'm used to having sun vitamin D from the sun. So, and that is true too. When Dr. Darian said, yes, it helps when you're outside under the sun, but be sure to protect your skin.
That's right. If you can, wear thin, long sleeve shirts or pants, and a hat is really good. I speak from experience as well because I have a sun poisoning condition. So I enjoy outdoor, but I have to cover myself. And
The same here. Yes.
yes.
So
So yeah, it definitely this is a very beneficial information, Nekru, as we are getting ready to be exposed to the warmer weather and more sun.
and now the next topic is also very important and uh, very unusual that Cambodia will be mentioned in America. And this time, Cambodia was mentioned by the President of the United States. So let's take a listen first. And
to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%.
Can you imagine Cambodia was mentioned, but even though it's mentioned in a not so nice way, but at least they noticed something about Cambodia. And of course, it's about tariff, and everybody have heard about the tariff quite a while. It's been 1 or 2 weeks now. And Cambodia has been taking tariff tax from America in the rate of 97%. And now they are getting 49% from America if they import or export anything to America. What do you think about that?
Well, you know what, Nekru, I've learned a lot after this information become public to the international world, and just trying to search and read and understanding more and listen to experts um, speaking about what tariffs, taxes, and what it mean and how it work. I am beginning to learn a lot more these past 2 weeks. And yeah, Cambodian tax, American product, 97%. That's really high. And President Trump was laughing because, like he said, oh, Cambodia make a fortune out of us, you know?
If you look at Switzerland, 61% to
Listen again.
31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. If you look at Switzerland, 61%.
Yeah.
They
So
definitely make a fortune. And this video was posted by His Excellency Sam An. And he stated that Mr. Casey Barnett, the president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Cambodia, said that if Cambodia does not deal with the issue of President Trump's announcement of a 49% tariff hike this week, it will destroy the Cambodia's economy and creating a deep economic crisis, hundreds of thousands of job losses, social instability, and a rapid capital flight in Cambodia. So the Cambodian government must act boldly and quickly. The U.S. requires Cambodia to pay a 49% import tariff, the highest among the neighboring countries. Unfortunately, hundreds of thousands of Cambodian workers will lose their job. Cambodia, already in a difficult situation, has lost the U.S. General System of Preferences, or GSP, and the European Union 20% EBA tariff system already. Now, Cambodia must pay an additional 49% tariff tax to the U.S. on export any goods to the U.S. So His Excellency Sam An concluded that the only option Cambodia has is to restore democracy, right, and respect for human rights, hold free and fair elections, and regain the U.S. generalized system of preferences known as GSP, and the European Union 20% back. So according to the Phnom Penh Post news, Cambodian's Prime Minister Hun Manet has sent a letter to the U.S. president asking for the tariff negotiation, which is a good move and a swift move. So finally, we have seen something that the Cambodian government have done correctly, don't you think?
absolutely, Nekru, and I'm pleased to see Prime Minister of Cambodia, Hun Manet, sent out that letter of negotiation to President Donald Trump. By putting aside the arrogance of his personal and political agenda, but by doing that, he's doing the citizen of Cambodia a favor in terms of the a chance of sustaining long-term employment through the factories that are operated in Cambodia, although it's not owned by Cambodian, but still those factory employ citizens of Cambodia, so that they they don't have to lose part of their financial life. I couldn't imagine what could happen to them without the business of the factory being operated and open and available for those employees in the past decade, I want to say. So I'm pleased to see Prime Minister Hun Manet submit that letter of negotiation.
All right, let's get on to our next topic, and it's also another hot topic. Let's listen to the video. Fortunately, this is in English, so we don't have to translate.
It's like a coin with two sides. The joint development is this side, and the limitations of sovereign territorial claim is another side. So the coin with two sides. Even if you talk this side, there's always the other side. The best way is to get a bilateral agreement with Thailand to start to agree on joint development. In my opinion, if you want to bilaterally delimitate the overlapping claim area between, in this case, Cambodia and Thailand, we need to make sure our legal department is very strong and we have sufficient evidence, legal evidence that show to Thailand. And Thailand may not agree with you. You know, the story about Kokot, people may ask a question. Kokot, if you use the baseline, it belongs to Cambodia. But Thailand may have some other argument that say, no, it belongs to Thailand. So you need to go to a legal expert, lawyer, international lawyers, and so on to protect your interests. So should we do delimitation first or joint development? You need to first choose one way to resolve this issue or to get the most out of it first. My suggestion is that joint development is easier. Not to say that we do not know what belongs to us and what not. You need to prepare that as well. By joining UNCLOS, should the issues arise, you can count on UNCLOS to call on Thailand to respect Cambodian claim. Here we show an UNCLOS, see it. Okay, Thailand come, here's what Cambodia claim, of which we think it is valid. So prove it to us that the Cambodian claim is not valid. So they dare to help, you know. So that's why I said it's the best insurance company for Cambodia to protect small state in event of a bigger neighbor who also have some form. So you need to first decide joint development or delimitation. But in my preference is joint development, but not to completely disregard delimitation. You need to also back up with your legal verification that to tell Thailand, look, you said this belong to you, we also say this belong to us. So when two sides claim the same thing, you need a third party, and that's international law. You have to take it to the court, provided Thailand agree to take it to the court. You know, Thailand cannot take us to court either if we don't agree to court. Let's say Thailand want to take Cambodia to court because Cambodia claim whatever Thailand say belong to Thailand, and it is up to us. And if we have UNCLOS behind us, UNCLOS will help Cambodia. Of course, UNCLOS will also help Thailand. UNCLOS will help whoever have proven sufficient evidence that this is belong to you, but using international laws as a base to decide, not because you say it, not because a word or somebody draw a map, then you take this as a case. That's why Thailand lose 2 times in the case of the Temple of Previhir in 1962, and then the reinterpretation of the so-called 4.6 square kilometers surrounding the temple. ICJ reinterpret that even the perimeter of the temple belong to Cambodia. You see, so we win both times with international law. This is a perfect example of international law that can be used to protect your sovereign right.
Mr. Sotira really simplify a very complicated topic, Nekru, I feel. So this information was pulled out of His Excellency's Om Sam An's Facebook as well. And he has always shared a great resource relating to land, sea, and territory dispute with a neighbor, Thailand or Vietnam.
Yeah, we have to thank and give the credit to Khmer Time News also, who took the videotape and then shared with the world. Yes, I totally agree with you that His Excellency Sam An has always been a very good resource to us, and he's very active in terms of being patriotic. But in this video, I am so proud of Mr. Sotirit, who is the senior advisor to this program here, who's very well spoken, and his point of view is taken very well by international and local, and a lot of people think that he has a very good suggestion. So again, I'm urging Cambodia's government to start joining the UNCLOS and recognizing the UNCLOS, because as Mr. Sutere said, that if any times should we need the UNCLOS to help us, we already be their members. So it is again very important to start as soon as possible and as swiftly, just like the Cambodian government did with the tariff proposed by the U.S. president. So let's do that quickly so that we can have something to fall back if our neighboring country would not agree on our proposal, because we don't want to go to war, don't you think?
I think the world don't want war anymore, Nekru, and people use diplomacy to communicate, to negotiate, and use legal resource such as the CCR here or ICJ to resolve international issues. So, yeah, Cambodian people don't want war anymore, and I'm sure Thai don't want war, but there are a certain group who want to ignite war, and it shouldn't be the option.
And
Here,
also,
CCRS, it stands for Cambodian Center for Regional Studies.
that's right.
Yeah.
Also, on top of what you just said, I want to add that since we are the neighboring countries, we live next door to each other. Why do we want to fist fight all the time? If we can negotiate and if we can get the ICJ to be the referee so that we can really equally or fairly find out who's right and who's wrong, or not even right or wrong, or find out what belongs to Thai, what belongs to Cambodia, and things like that, so that the people will settle down and will not fight each other on social media anymore.
Yeah, Nekru, and I think both countries' leaders should handle it better so that they don't upset their citizens so much to the point where they take the issue onto social media. And I'm sure if the leaders know how to communicate the right information to their own citizens, I don't think it would expose this much in social media in the first place. And Thai people, like Cambodian people, are still waiting for their leaders to provide an explanation and a resolution to the issue.